Yes.
Right, then let's begin. Imagine living in New York City in the year 2001. You are a Marine turned executive chef at one of the businesses in the South Tower of the World Trade Center. You wake up on the morning of September 11th and go to work as usual. As you are walking along the streets of New York, you realize something is terribly wrong. You don't know it yet, but terrorists just flew a plane right into the World Trade Center. All you know is that there are people who are in serious trouble. After just a moment's hesitation, you rush in to help. Facing chaos, danger, and destruction, you manage to save several lives. To the end of your life, you continue to help others evacuate and were last seen helping a woman in a wheelchair on the 78th floor before the building collapsed. Good morning. My name is Emma Gardner, and I stand against the resolution rescuing great cultural and artistic achievements from theft or destruction is worth risking one's life. The negative accepts the affirmative's definitions. The affirmative's value was life, but I propose that human life is a higher value. The criterion we will use to determine human life is a lack of intentional premature deaths. The story I just told is the true story of Benjamin Clark, one of many heroic people who risked their lives to save others. What many people don't know is that the World Trade Center contained many valuable works of art, including a piece by Pablo Picasso, Le Corbusier, and Auguste Rodin's original Three Shades. These pieces were lost or severely damaged because, during that traumatic day, the priority was to save human life. Although the works of art, which were undoubtedly valuable and represented human achievement and creativity, were disregarded in light of human life because these people recognized which was more important. This brings me to 3 reasons why human life should be valued over anything else. Contention 1, saving others is the only reason to save your life. Saving others is the only reason to save your life. The story about Benjamin Clark shows how it is universally recognized that human life is precious. His story is just one of hundreds of stories of people who have risked their lives to save the lives of others. During World War II, a group of courageous men and women, called the Monument Men, whom the affirmative mentioned, overcame great odds to find, save, and return art to its rightful owner. In a movie that brings their struggles to life, one of the characters said, quote, "No work of art is worth the life of a single boy, but risking your life to fight for a cause is absolutely worth the effort," end quote. This statement may seem contradictory. It may raise the question, these people risked their lives for art, and yet they say that it's not worth it? The answer lies in the fact that the Monument Men were not fighting for the art itself. They were fighting for a society that respected both art and human life. They recognized that no artwork or cultural achievement is worth loss of human life. Contention 2, risking your life for art is unfair to those you love. Unfair to those you love. By one person's untimely death, many more are impacted. If the person was married, their spouse is impacted. If the person had children, their children were impacted. This could be said for their friends, parents, neighbors, and twice-removed cousins. Sometimes the result is not only emotional struggles, but monetary as well. So before rushing off to save some artifact, that person should ask if it is worth putting their family and others they love through that. Contention 3, life is irreplaceable. Life is irreplaceable. As former Vice President Dan Quayle stated simply, quote, "The loss of life will be irreplaceable," end quote. Possessions can be replaced and reproduced, but there is no replacing or reproducing human life, which is of infinite more value. The affirmative said that art and culture is what we live for. However, there are so many other reasons to live. As I explained in my contention 2, risking your life for art impacts so many people other than yourselves, and that should be a reason to keep on living, because they're dependent on you and give you other reasons to live. The affirmative said in their 3rd contention that if we being forced to restart civilization is a reason to preserve art. However, if we lose just one piece of art, or 2, or even just one museum, how does that make you lose your entire civilization? In conclusion, I urge the judges to reject the resolution. Rescuing great cultural and artistic achievements from theft or destruction is worth risking one's life. Thank you. I now stand ready for cross-examination.
Judges ready? Is my timer ready? All right, let's begin. Can you please restate your criteria?
My criterion is a lack of intentional premature death.
Okay, thank you. Can you restate your second criterion, please?
My second criterion
Or
is...
sorry, second criterion.
Second
Contention.
Okay.
Yeah.
Risking your life is unfair to the people you love.
Thank you. Your third contention, please.
Life is irreplaceable.
And you stated in your third contention that if, say, a museum were to be destroyed, what would be the impacts of that? Or how would that force us to restart civilization, correct?
I was responding to your third contention.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you have any evidence to show that there wouldn't be any impacts to the culture of that society, regardless of whether it would restart the whole society?
I didn't say that there would be no impacts on society, just that it wouldn't wipe out your entire civilization and
Okay.
culture.
Thank you. No further questions.